Hi, I'm Keegan. This is a bunch of games. This is our 14th episode of the Realms of Pugmire. I'm going to go around the table and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Christine and I'm playing Vesper.
I'm Liam and I play Tucker.
I'm Thomas and I play Sheen.
I'm Mike and I play Tagbard.
So, Mike will not be joining us. He moved. He should be back next time. We're trying to get him in remotely, but he is still in the throes of moving. So, last time, you had gone around the city of Pugmire trying to gather some information on the back alley retrievers. It seems that an envoy from House Korak is coming, and that it seems likely, if not a certainty, that the back alley retrievers will try and thwart any sort of peaceful contact, as House Korak is the house that has the most problems with the city of Pugmire. You would spend some time at the old dog, and you were doing some planning.
Yes.
This included getting your old friend Willard, the Wise, to play a rousing game of cards with some of the soldiers from House Korak. So, we're going to start with the new day. We've got 6 days to work through this now. You wake up at the old dog as Scruffy has gone to bed and he has brought in new help. Scruffy has hired a cat by the name of Julia Moby.
I'd like to talk to Julia
Okay.
before we...
Oh yeah, she's seeing him now. Greetings, folks. Breakfast?
Yes, please.
All right, we've got different things depending on how much plastic you're willing to spend. We've got a couple eggs. We've got bacon to go with that, or we've got simple cabbage soup if you're looking to spend as little plastic as possible.
I'll take an egg.
It comes with 2 eggs.
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Cabbage.
Cabbage, okay.
Cabbage.
I'll go with 2 eggs.
Sounds good. We'll get that all ready for you. Do you all want the meals to come out at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
And while she's getting things, I'm assuming you guys will go sit down and I'll hover around the bar to try to talk with her.
All right, as she's looking at you. Well, what can I do for you, miss?
Oh, I just was surprised to see another cat in here. I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Vesper.
Nice to meet you, Julia.
And how did you get involved with the bar?
I live here. My parents moved here from the Monarchies, and I've been living here, and things have been starting to get hard. Scruffy decided to hire me, though. Do the morning shift, and he's decided to take the night shifts now, since his exact words were he wasn't afraid to walk home.
That seems reasonable. And are you afraid to walk home?
At night, absolutely. In this district?
Seems to be a reoccurring problem, I've heard.
Yeah, it is.
So you grew up in Pugmire?
I did.
And how do you feel about what's been happening with the back alley retrievers?
It's not the same place that I grew up in. It's really disappointing.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
Likewise.
We may be able to get something. Use her later.
Okay.
An additional set of eyes and ears in the bar, perhaps, during the morning shift.
Set of contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think we need to get all the cats and all the rats and all the dogs who don't have their heads chewing on their tails together.
That might be easier said than done.
I know, but unless Korat has some kind of welcoming party, unless they're not working with the retrievers in order to increase tensions, I don't know what we can do. Plus, I may have tipped our hand to the shepherd of the church. He's he's in deep with the retrievers. I know it, and I might have tipped him off that we knew they were planning something and were working against it. So
That might not necessarily be a bad thing, though, because now they may be scrambling to change plans.
and if they didn't have plans, they certainly do now.
Well, that is one aspect to it. Perhaps it's time that I try to reach out to my friend, the princess. I mean, Yosha Pug might know something, or at least need to be made aware of what our thoughts are.
Right. At this point, we know. We know what's happening. We don't know the specifics, but we know enough. Now we just need to figure out how to stop it if we can.
It's gonna be easier said than done.
Your friend is up dealing with problems northward.
Yes.
Do we have enough time to get up there and back?
In 6 days? Probably not.
Depends on what's happening. If we could get the guard back here, there'd be no reason for back alley retrievers to provide security.
True.
Potentially. Unless the back alley retrievers want to be extra security given the momentous occasion of the delegation coming through. They'd find their way to weasel their way in, I'm sure.
I never met a weasel what didn't deal fair, but I see your point. So, either we try to corral the cats and the rats and the right-thinking dogs, simply to be present when Korat arrives, or we head north and we try to solve whatever weird, unseen nonsense is happening there, so that we can get the guard back and get in touch with the shepherd who might be interested in cleaning house.
Yeah.
We should talk to the society to see if they have any new information about what's going on up north and what aid they'd lend to us if that's how we want to do it.
Good plan.
'Cause we need to figure out where up north this is all happening.
Aye, if it's a day's journey, I think it'd be worth checking it out.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, I think next stop is the society. See what we can figure out.
Alright.
Alright. So, you head over to the Royal Society's lodgings. And as you see several of the Royal Society members here, catching up, relaxing after a hard day's work of investigation. Fritz is here.
Well, that was my next question. So, shall we go talk with Fritz first? See what we can figure out? Yeah.
So, you see Fritz? Been some time. Your work done?
Not quite, but we think that there's some overlap between what still needs to be done and what we can do with the society.
Alright. What do you need to know then?
Tell us about the troubles up north.
Well, as I told you before, the whole village is going missing.
Now, what means going missing? Are the houses themselves gone?
No, just the people.
Are the houses burned down? Are they destroyed?
Some are pretty roughed up, but most totally fine.
So it's like people are just leaving.
Almost, yeah. Some places even had plates and things like that left on the table.
But they're
rotting food.
But they're not coming to Pugmire.
Correct. Though, from what I heard from someone from the northern front who came back for some supplies, they did find a place with a bit of blood in it. Dried.
And half the city guard have gone up there to do what?
Investigate and then checking out other villages, trying to find out what's doing it, and then stopping it.
Whatever it is.
Well, whatever it is, but everybody's talking about this is northern troubles.
Yeah.
Where exactly are we talking? Is this just on the outskirts of town? Is this something that Pugmire needs to be more concerned about for the city proper?
Well, it started with Eldon Village, which is up against the mountains. It is the furthest village, and there's several small villages along the way. Whatever it seems to be moving closer to Pugmire, but the rate is slowing.
How far?
About 2 days' journey.
When did it start slowing? Is that when the guards started to make an appearance in the investigation?
No, we started talking to people. We were looking trackers. Most of our scouts think that people were gone for several days, and the amount of days simply slowed down between the last, or fast between the furthest north villages, based on their estimates, and then those times started to go longer and longer.
So you discovered villages that had been abandoned for a while, and then...
Started getting off the main north road to investigate others.
Right, so eventually you found them more quickly,
Yes.
and that's why it seemed to slow down.
Is there a pattern that these occurrences are taking? I mean, do you know what the next village would be, or have an idea?
We do. That's why there's several guards there too. The guards split based on my contact, and so a good chunk are staying in that village to defend against whatever's coming their way.
Where's the other?
They're investigating the area, trying to scout ahead, scouting, and then bringing back information.
Right. What village?
It's called Scratcher Village.
Scratcher. And have any guards gone missing?
Not yet. Not that I've heard of, at least.
Said about 2 days' journey.
2 days off the north road. Then you'll free enough head west. That's the opposite direction of the forest.
Aye.
And you said it's about a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 days up gives us a day to see what's going on, and 2 days back gives us an extra buffer. Although, do you think it's possible that we do it faster than 2 days if we...
Not if we plan on facing whatever's happening. See, I'm not as worried about people disappearing as I am about them coming back.
That's fair.
Whether it's Ramrax or whether it's Labators. Anytime people start disappearing, they come back with metal bits and bloodlust.
Something to be concerned about, of course.
But we might only have 1 day there because we're going to have to lay some groundwork here first.
We could split up. Split the party, it's always a good idea.
I mean,
At least in the sense of giving you a head start to get up there. You leave now and some of us stay back to lay the groundwork and then meet up with you.
I'd be happy to go up and put my nose to the ground, but Bernard Benjamin's silly hunter has already had to go back to his farm, so if we run into any problems, I'll just die gallantly. It's a question of how many people down here need to rally everyone and what we're gonna do. You still need to get in touch with
Yosha, yeah. Well, let's do that first. Let's do that now. Perhaps see what we can do, and who knows, maybe she has more information about
Alright.
what's going on.
You meet with Yosha. We should talk to Whiskers.
You want to talk to Whiskers again?
I think we should warn him. And see if he can drum up some support. I don't know if we'll be able to stop whatever's happening, but at least we can get, well, can make it worse if nothing else. Tucker,
Yep.
try to get back in touch with Gregory Bulldog. Anybody else you remember from the guard. See if whoever's left around here can get some official support. At least amongst those who aren't back alley retriever sympathizers. And I'll talk to Mr. Meow and Julie on the way out. See if we can get cats on board.
Seems like a good plan.
Meet back here this evening.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alright.
Okay.
Now, question. question.
Yes.
Is Princess Yosha, is she volunteering with the Royal Society?
Yes.
Okay.
She is volunteer with them.
So that would be then how I'm going to.
Yeah, you'll need to get in contact with her friend, Pan Dachshund.
That's the one that I met before, I believe.
Yeah.
That name, yeah. Okay.
And before we leave the Royal Society, I'll ask Fritz if the Society has an official position on whether they want to send a delegation to greet House Korat when they arrive.
What was that?
Will the Royal Society itself have an official Royal
No.
Society envoy?
No.
Okay.
That's not their concern.
Okay.
Their concern is to try and stay out of politics. And focus everything on the unseen as needed.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So, Pan is not here at the moment, but you might be able to do some gathering of information to find him.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Alright, we will have your charisma.
It's a -1. I'm not a very charismatic cat by any stretch. Almost a 19. That's a 9. So 8.
Okay.
So I get nowhere fast.
You don't get anywhere fast, yes. But at the end of the day, basically, you will get some information of where he is and how to get in contact with him.
Fair enough.
So it just happens really slowly, so you will not be able to act on that information today.
Shock.
So, who's next?
Well, at least I tried.
So I guess I'll have to talk with Gregory Bulldog then.
Alright. You're going to assume, of course, that he is probably still at the Hunter's Lodge, the
Okay.
Plastic District. As you head over that way, you do see him there, as he is nursing a bowl of fine ale.
Okay. Alright, so then I approach him.
Anything new?
So I hear the House of Korat is coming near us soon.
Correct. They will be coming in 6 days, from my understanding.
Yeah. Is it possible to send some guards over there to make sure that...
We'd planned for a few guards.
Okay.
This is an official visit from a neighboring kingdom. We have to do all the pleasantries to make sure that they feel welcomed by us.
Okay. So it looks like we are on the same page then the whole time then.
Oh, absolutely. Like, even the guards that are indifferent don't want to give up what is considered a prestigious position to a bunch of stand-ins.
Okay.
And even those sympathetic to them feel the same way. That they want to be able to be considered important, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, your concern is noted. Do you think we should increase it? Have you found any information that means we should up the number of guards?
Not anything else that I could really think of, but I would suggest to up it up a little bit.
We'll see what we can do, but well, you understand. It will be difficult, but we will do what we can.
Alright. Well, I appreciate your time
Yeah.
speaking with me.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all I could think of.
Alright. As he nods and goes, have a drink. It's best not to look suspicious.
Sure.
As he puts down some coins. Grab a bowl. Or do you prefer a mug? For my friend here.
I'll go with the bowl.
Very good. And as he nods, and she heads off.
Okay.
So I guess next I'm seeing Willard.
You are seeing Willard. Whiskers, that's
Sorry.
Whiskers. And you approach the door.
Oh wait, was that rat? Why me?
Because you're less likely to get killed.
I've met him before.
Okay.
As you see the door swing open. Anyway, so as you see the door swing open, you see that very large, muscular rat.
Hello again. Here to talk to Whiskers. Short call.
Is that a slight against rats?
No, I'm only going to be here for. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of his time. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Come on in. You okay there?
What did you say?
I'm going to be here for a short time.
A short call. This will be a short call.
A short call.
Man, you're really going for the low-hanging fruit there.
I have a long tale to tell.
Now, this might sound cheesy, but...
Here's how it is.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
All right. Shepherd.
Hi. So, what is it? House Korat is sending a...
Arriving.
Yes. And it would be very unfortunate if, something were to happen.
That is very true to some degree.
And
What were you thinking of?
And we, myself and my associates, were hoping you could persuade more people to be involved in their welcoming, more individuals to be involved in their welcoming committee, so that it will be more difficult for anything bad to happen.
I have bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
I've already gotten word that the retrievers are sending some rather dull boys out there to hang around the cats who will try and wave at House Korat, thinking that it would help them with their lives. So they're going to send some dull guards out there who will start a fight and hopefully lose their lives in the fight to create an incident.
Okay. And
this, I'm sure, on good, very good information.
That's very unfortunate. I thank you.
Best that you figure out who's going to start the incident.
True, but do you think if we had enough others out there, maybe some more of the rats out there, that they could help dissuade these dullards?
No. Simply because, have you ever seen someone who's willing to die for a cause, especially a bad one?
Yes.
So how likely do you think it's going to be that they're dissuaded?
I don't know.
Not great, isn't it?
No. Well, then I've really wasted your time.
No, I'm
Sorry.
glad you came out. It means that you will be able to at least look out for them. Now, to be fair, it's unlikely that they'll be wearing their retriever blue due to plausible deniability.
Of course.
So, something else to be aware of, something to look for. Perhaps some the dogs that surround themselves with too many cats, with the cats in confusion.
Maybe.
Someone who basically. Have you ever seen someone butt into a group when
Yeah.
no one knows them? Something like that. That's our assumption, anyway.
Well. I guess little else. Little else to speak of then. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I mean, it would be a nice show of just how unified everyone in Pugmire would be if we had a better showing out there, but
perhaps we can do something for you, but we would like something in return.
Sure. What would you have in mind?
There's a particular jewel crafted of pure red plastic in the hands of a merchant who has displeased me, paid back a loan, but has decided that the interest was not in his favor and decided not to pay it back. So I would like to take back interest. Understood?
I'll see what.
No one shows up unless you agree to it. That's how this works. I'm not going to do something that you could possibly squelch on again. Understood? I am not in the habit of people squelching on me.
I think we could arrange something.
Then arrange it. Let me, as he extends out his hand. Good. As he looks over at the big rat, we have witnesses
Indeed.
to the deal. As he squeezes and does that kind of like grasping, crushing. Can't wait to see that ruby the next time we meet, Shepherd. See yourself out.
I will.
Make sure you're the bigger man. As he smiles with a kind of a gleam in his eye.
Thank you for your understanding and your time.
Okay, so next was, I believe.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Julia first.
Okay.
So, Julia, how many? Forgive me, but how many cats in general do you know around town?
I have a few friends.
Is it a close-knit community, or?
It's here and there. There's pockets, basically.
Right.
Depending on when they got here, sort of thing.
Aye. How do they feel about House Korat?
Depends on Cat, quite frankly. My parents aren't a huge fan. I have no real opinion. I never seen House Korat.
Sure.
Not part of my history. It's
Well,
my parents.
I'm asking because they're sending a delegation in about a week, 6 days, and we're worried that the back alley retrievers, the ones who are making it unsafe to walk around at night, are gonna try to cause an incident and escalate tensions between Pugmire and the Monarchies. So my notion is that the more cats, the more rats, the more friendly dogs who are there, the less likely such an incident is to occur. So I'm wondering if you can talk to your friends and see if they would want to form a Cats of Pugmire welcoming committee for the house.
they can certainly look into it.
Excellent.
I can talk to them when my shift's over.
Thank you very much. And ask any of them who know various these pockets you talked about. Ask them to spread the word, so to speak, because
Sure, I am mostly connected with my community. I just know of other cats, right?
Right.
So,
Well, I'll be talking to others, but it's much appreciated. Like I said, I feel better relations between the two cities will ultimately result in easier lives for all your cats living here and, hell, dogs living in the monarchies.
alright.
Cool, and then I'll travel to Mr. Meow's.
Okay. As you see him, there you go. Perfectly groomed. Isn't that right? As you see the little kitten jump off the chair and start waddling over to his mom cat. And she goes, thank you so much, as she pays him some plastic chips.
Charming. You know, Mr. Meow, I feel like I'm letting this beard get a bit long. See, us Scottish terriers, we can let the hair run away from ourselves if we're not careful. So I think you could give me kind of a pointed look.
Certainly, we can give you a regal pointed look. Come on to the chair.
Marvelous.
As you see him, alright, excuse me, as he washes his paws. Alright. Snip, snip, snip. Starts snipping away little bits.
So, how do you find yourself in Pugmire?
Oh, I immigrated here back when I was a much younger cat. Maybe 2-3 years. Was part of the Shadow Block at the time.
Really? I'm not familiar with that.
It's mostly minor houses.
Oh. So you were, and forgive me if it's impolite, but you were a house as opposed to Mogi?
Yes, so the Shadow Block is a bunch of minor houses. You declare for it, and then you are now Von Shadow Block. Versus, like, Von Wrex, Von Korak. A Mogi is someone who has denounced all houses, including the Shadow Block, and have decided to leave the monarchies.
Okay.
So I would be considered a Mogi now in some ways.
So, how many Shadow Block are there in Pugmire, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm not part of the Shadow Block anymore. I would be considered a Mogi, nor do I think anyone really knows.
Sense motive. Oh, well, I have no idea if he's lying or not. That's 7. Okay. But you're still in touch with the community.
In my community.
Fair, fair. Yeah, cats seem to be. You seem to have more groups than we do.
Well, it depends. You have your big houses, and you definitely have more houses than us, but you all kind of have similarities as well.
Hey. Did you know that House Korat was sending a delegation?
Really?
Right.
That is something.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the retrievers are gonna try to mess with it, make it go poorly.
You think so?
That's what I've heard.
Turn your head. There you go.
And on top of that, I've heard House Korat is not the most Pugmire friendly house in the Monarchies to begin with.
Correct. They want to be the house that, what's the word? Proves themselves, and they think they can prove themselves better than Pugmire through combat.
Why would they send a delegation here then?
Well, because they want to get the lay of the land, and they might be willing to make an alliance depending on how things are going, right?
An alliance with whom?
Pugmire.
Against whom?
My dear terrier, the unseen. That's why the war was ended in the first place.
Oh.
After much bloodletting and things like that, both sides realized that they would essentially end up killing each other if they didn't, and the unseen would be able to take over, right?
So you think Korat wants to prove themselves in combat against the unseen,
Well, for now, yes.
not against Pugmire?
I think both, quite frankly.
Do you think they would work with the Retrievers to escalate tensions between the two kingdoms?
Depends on the. I think it would be depend 100% on the cat of Korat. Some think that the unseen aren't actually that big of a deal, while others think that they are.
Alright. Well, when they get here, I'm hoping we can have call it a welcoming committee. And we're hoping that as many cats and rats and friendly dogs can show up as possible to demonstrate that Pugmire is not represented by the back alley retrievers and that we do in fact want friendly relations. If the retrievers try something, I hope there will be enough favorable parties there to keep it from getting out of hand.
I see.
So, as many cats as you know, and as many people as you think would be willing to turn out in the face of the retrievers,
I could certainly head out and take a look.
spread the word. I think it would benefit cats, I think it would benefit Pugmire, and I think it would simply do good things for everyone involved.
I see. Well, very possible. I will think on it.
Thank you. Anything I can do to persuade you? Like, for instance, roll a persuade check.
Yes.
Oh, why? That's another 7. It was not super persuasive. Oh, but I get the advantage. Okay, there we go.
Hoping
It's a
another
12.
7, because that would be funny.
It's a 12.
Okay. I'll certainly think on it, but it's likely. I'll go with a few friends when it happens. When did you say they were coming?
6 days.
6 days. Okay.
Alright.
Very
At
well.
the docks, and I'll be proceeding to the castle as nobles love to do.
I see. Okay.
Excellent. How much do I owe you for the trim?
He gives you a couple. He asks for a couple shards of plastic, basically, not even a full coin.
Much obliged.
Thank you. So, you guys. So at the end, you guys return to the old dog at various different times. With Vesper being the last one, due to
Not being very charismatic.
yes,
Sorry, that chair makes a lot of noise every time I move.
yes,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Well, get a hold of Yosha.
No, but after a lot of time, I found a way. I think I can get a hold of her, but it's nothing we can do until tomorrow. My thought is perhaps, assuming your attempts went better than mine, we try to do that first thing tomorrow morning and then head north.
It's cutting it awful close.
Or perhaps you guys head north and I catch up.
How'd it go for you, Tucker?
Seems to be on the same page that we are on.
Alright. So, guard presence. Hopefully, guards who don't hate cats.
That's what he says.
Sheen?
So I've got good news and I've got bad news. I've
Really?
got other bad news.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
So the bad news is Whiskers, through his various associates, have found that the retrievers will have some individuals out in the crowd who are likely to try to start things.
Things
Trouble.
such as
Oh, just general fights
general fights with whom?
with the cats.
With the cats of the city or the cats who are coming?
I think the cats of the city.
That's
Just to have
that's not as bad as it could be.
various anarchy break out as the
No, assaulting cats have random meatheads simply try to pick fights. That beats a kidnapping. I mean, that beats some sort of unseen alchemical bomb they could set off.
Assuming that's
True.
all they're going to do. Did he have any other insight?
none that he offered up.
Is he gonna send the rats out to regulate?
Well, he offered their support on the condition of some help.
What kind of help?
Shaking down a businessman who he gave a loan to.
What?
He gave this guy a loan, and the guy,
And this is to be done before he'll help?
before he'll help, yeah.
He gave the guy a loan, and what? He didn't pay it back.
I think he paid it back, but not in full.
Not in full.
So we just have to get the rest of the payment?
There was something he wanted from this specific businessman, something about a big red plastic jewel that had possibly been bought with the money, and
Well, I guess
And you
when
said-
you work with criminals.
You said yes.
he was very convincing, and we were.
So he didn't pay back the loan, or he did, but he didn't pay all of it, or
That's what I got.
He didn't pay the interest.
Yeah,
Well,
oh,
pay off the interest.
if we're going to do this, I'm going to sit this one out, but can you imagine a cat trying to shake down a dog?
well, we don't shake him down. If it's a jewel, we just steal it.
Are you a cat burglar? Are you going to go
I'll
in on
admit-
soft paws?
I'll admit my methods tend to be more direct.
I'm just
But-
surprised.
I think we all know a certain individual with very light fingers and loose morals who may be able to help. And in fairness, interest payments are the cornerstone of any trade-based economy. So I don't think what Whiskers is asking us to do is necessarily wrong.
Whether it's wrong or not, I imagine a head-on, very direct approach would end very poorly for me. And by extension, the rest of you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Given just the general tone of the
The-
city.
Tenor. I think you should focus on getting in touch with Yosha. I think we might want to update our wardrobes. Maybe add a bit more blue to the mix. And then pay this gentleman a visit.
That seems like a wonderful idea. A really great idea.
That's it.
And we'll get in
Liking this
touch
better.
with our favorite honest gambler. See if he has any insight on liberating unjustly acquired property from its respective owner.
He might be a good resource for something such as this.
Though, of course, I've never dealt with it personally. Simply known people who've
Well, I am wise after all.
brilliant. That looks though like we're not gonna be heading north.
I think we work very quickly and quietly, and perhaps we might be able to keep the option open.
I mean, unless we want to shake him down tonight.
I expected that's what you were going to do. Another
Depends
reason,
on how quickly we can get the appropriate accoutrement.
you know, I imagine perhaps article of clothing sometimes get left behind or ripped off in bar fights. There might be something.
Now
Perhaps.
you're talking, Vesper.
There might be something behind a counter one of these fine establishments we frequent. Particularly one where we know there has been a
Are there
retriever
any-
presence.
Are there any retrievers currently in the old dog?
Not currently, no. Scruffy has started to make it very apparent they are not welcome here.
But, at minimum, ask to see what's behind the counter. I'm sure Scruffy would help us out if he had some.
We collected bits of blue cloth. I don't know if we ever grabbed full. We did grab full uniforms. I had this idea
We
10
did.
episodes ago.
You're right, you did.
Scruffy!
What?
You remember when those thugs shook down that other dog weeks and weeks ago? When this whole Donnybrook kicked off?
Yeah.
You don't still have those uniforms, do you?
No.
Who's making all this blue dye? Who's making all this cloth?
Well, they just buy the cloth and dye it. I assume they dye it themselves.
You don't happen to have any lost items behind the counter that you're holding on to for the owners to come back?
And he pulls out a dagger and puts it on the table. Only for the retriever that comes and tries to mess with Julia. And puts it back in.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Do you know, since you've made the retriever so very unwelcome, where have they been taking their business?
Oh, they've been doing that bar down the street.
Really?
Yeah, fetch.
Itch. Ah.
Yep.
Perhaps
Thanks,
we ought
Scruffy.
to go fetch some clothes. I'm sorry, that was bad.
Oh, you, Vesper.
Or perhaps a dog or two walking home from the bar down a dark alleyway might not need all of their clothes if they're sleeping off a hangover
In fairness,
or a couple of punches to the face.
I'm not opposed to any of that. But at the same time, only a total idiot, which admittedly most of them are, would actually rob someone in full regalia. So all we really need is enough to accidentally leave behind and tear on a fence post. Either way, the back alleys of Fitch sound like a mighty fine place to be right about now.
You know, I'll wait here for Willard to come back from wherever he's perusing the city.
I would follow the disgruntled invectives anywhere they play cards. And he probably is kicked out of everywhere at this point.
Well,
Maybe the dogs.
at this point, it's probably getting fairly late.
Scruffy,
What?
any idea where our friend Weller is?
Him? That cheat ain't allowed here.
Hey, anybody else complaining about how much he cheats?
Well, since I have a job to do and can't talk about it all night, yes.
Who and where?
Everywhere. Minus Fetch. He doesn't go down there.
Huh. See? Even Weller has some decency.
Because they kill him if he walked in the door.
Fair.
He is wise enough to have one or two good thoughts.
That's why it's called Willard the Wise.
He's incredibly clever. No
Clever
dog,
and wise are two different things, my friends.
no dog that shady survives as long as he has without having at least half a brain.
Or a whole lot of luck.
Well, too.
Also, the care of kind-hearted companions who are pushovers. And I'm looking directly at you.
Pushovers.
Yeah, pushovers. I said it.
You mean like I pushed over that big scary rat that happened to shove you in a bag and drag you into a sewer? That kind of pushover?
That kind of pushover.
Ah.
That kind of pushover right there.
See, the thing is, I know when to tolerate disrespectful, questionable companions because they're gonna ultimately help me in what I'm trying to accomplish.
So you're self-serving and a pushover.
Aye. Sometimes it's the best way to self-serve.
Of course you say that right as I take a drink.
Anyways, you find our wayward friend, we'll find some blue cloth.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So let's do pose. So
before we head over to fetch, I think I'm gonna go change. I'm gonna change out of the kilt and into normal, everyday Pugmire dog clothing.
okay.
I'll do the same. Change out of my normal
You wear a kilt, or do you
No.
wear shepherd's robes?
shepherd's robes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Alright. So, we can either mug some people, or we can try to pull a fast one. Question is, do we want to go in there or not?
So I have a question. Do you think I need to change clothes too then, or?
What does Tucker normally wear?
He's wearing heavy armor.
Oh yeah, armor. Keep the armor. I will as well. I just won't be wearing a kilt and sash and socks and the whole
Okay.
9 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, so just keep wearing what I'm wearing, basically.
Okay.
Ah, I got shaved today too. Brilliant. Cool. I think we should go inside and talk first, but not aggressively.
I'll follow your lead.
Alright. We will proceed into fetch.
Alright. You proceed into fetch. As you see, you see them, several dogs. You see a lot of retrievers. You see a lot of crusty old dogs drinking. You see several female dogs running around as barmaids, and you see the bartender there. He's an older dog, bit of a hair lip from a cut, gray around the muzzle. Welcome to fetch. What can I get you, boys?
I would like bowl of ale, please.
Bowl of ale.
The same.
I'll go with a mug this time.
Mug. There you go. As he pulls them out.
Are there 3 open seats on the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll sit at the bar. I'll try to sit next to somebody wearing blue.
Haven't seen you around here before. What are you gentlemen from?
We just came in. I'm a merchant. We ply the routes around through the various towns. We're looking for new opportunities.
Indeed.
And these are my associates. I was surprised there. The last time I was in Pugmire, there were not nearly so many cats and rats running around.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Trying to take over the city.
It's more and more difficult every year for a dog to make his way.
Especially with those damn pugs not trying to push him out of here.
Well, I assume at least somebody in the court is reasonable.
We're hoping. I haven't heard anything. Some seem to be doing alright, but, speaking in whistles.
I heard they were even having conversations with the Monarchies
He's trying to tie us even closer.
I've heard that too. It's disgusting.
Indeed.
If we trying to say that we need to ally to get to defeat the unseen, as if mixing our kinds of cultures, our cultures won't draw the unseen to us, make us bigger targets.
Like
Do you
it.
know that cats don't even believe in the divine nature of man? That man didn't elevate us and rule us, and that we were his best friends? I heard that they think man was some sort of slave to them. What does that make us? The servants of a slave?
All I know is on merchant caravans, all of the people who have ever attacked us have been people. The unseen, yes, they're a problem. But the seen, the cats, the lizards, the badgers, they are far, far more dangerous. when you're on the road.
Exactly. Here, on me.
Thank you. Yes, I was.
As he looks you up and down. We are looking for some plastic donations. I have some connections with an organization that sprung up a few years ago.
Well, unfortunately, I am selling, not buying at the moment. Like I said, our caravan just came into town.
Well,
So we're heavy on goods, but short on coin.
what kind of goods do you have?
Oh, various sundries, clothing, ironworks, and things from that lizard folk that are hard to get elsewhere. We even happened to pass through badger territory,
Oh yeah?
and in wise business sense decided to strike a deal. So we came away with some of their goods. Did you know there are dog communities out there who have been living in forests, living in the Forbidden Forest for generations? They don't even know about Pugmire.
Huh. Never heard that. It's quite fascinating, actually. You think they come here?
I don't know. All I know is they make incredible clothing and armor out of bark, of all things. Anyways, I'm disappointed that I can't contribute plastic, but I do have some free time until our buyers decide to get off their tails and show up. So, if I'm able to contribute my time, my efforts, I would hope that would substitute in lieu of plastic.
I see. Wow. That's interesting. So, I think we could do something. If you can bring some trade goods, we've got a few forgers who might be able to get some weapons in the hands of some important people so that they can help do what the guards are afraid to
Oh,
and defend this city.
really? Defend from what?
Wow. The incursion of cats. Their mere existence here taints our culture. Makes dogs think stray away from the old ways. Makes them think funny.
Aye, but incursion, I mean, it seems like the cats who are already here attacking them would actually build sympathy.
Nah, well, that's not the case. There's plenty of criminals. Take out the criminals first. You associate the public's view of cats with crime. The next cat you kill, they just assume they're a criminal.
In fairness, more often than not, when we killed a badger, it would turn out he had other merchant's coin in his pocket after the fact.
Of course.
I notice quite a few people here dressed in blue. Is that like a thing here in Pugmire?
Yeah, they're the back alley retrievers.
Interesting. Has blue just become the color?
It's been the color. It's to say that we're the real police dogs of Pugmire. The ones who are doing the real policing, the good policing. Police dogs have their own color of blue. Retrievers, they wear theirs loud and proud.
Indeed, I saw some on the way in. It caught my eye. That would be certainly marketable
Yes.
in other places.
Well, look. And he hands you something under the mug. That is a location of a recruiter. They're usually there early in the morning. Talk to them. They might be able to get you to prove your worth. And if you prove your worth, you earn the blue.
I see. Like I said, I'm only here to trade, but it will be nice to trade with true dogs. Dogs who have their heads about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Much obliged. Finish off my mug.
Boys,
Shall we?
Sure. Let's go.
As you're leaving, you see one of the retrievers. He kind of double glances at you. Looks like he's thinking. So you nudges no.
I'll continue to proceed out.
So, you see him, a couple of the retrievers walking behind you. Hey, you!
Yes.
You look familiar.
Do
All three of you. Did you roll with a cat? Try to defend some idiot who didn't pay us off?
we just got into town. Bluff?
Yep.
Alright.
He rolls sense motive.
Come on. 11.
That sounds like... Well, sounds like you need to clean out your litter box, boy. Because it sounds like you're full of it.
How many are there?
3.
Ah, fuck it.
Oh,
Initiative?
Oh, I get the. Wait a minute.
On that initiative?
No.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late. And it might just be persuade, anyways.
Alright.
And we'll see what you guys did in a sec. Alright, Tucker,
15.
Sheen,
16.
and Tagbard.
10.
Okay, so. Cool. So, one of the grunts goes first. He's coming after you, Tagbard. And he has the advantage because he has Euro discipline. So that is a 19,
That hits.
and that is 6 damage.
Alright.
Next one's going for Sheen. That hits. And that is also 6 damage.
Okay.
The final one's going for Tucker.
Okay.
That misses. Alright.
So it would be Sheen first, then, right?
It would be Sheen, yes. Sheen, what are you doing?
Let's see. Should I use like maximum violence or?
I wouldn't disagree.
So are we in like an alley? We're in a side alley, right?
Yeah, you're in a side alley.
So, just the question. Should I use magic? Should I not? That might be a little too obvious.
I mean, they made us. I'll light them up.
What is a ranged spell attack? Is that a dex?
Dex proficiency usually.
Dex proficiency. Okay. Okay then, I will do a little bit of chanting and cast. Is that Guiding Bolt? I believe is I wrote down as the name.
So, what was it?
I'm just gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Is a ranged spell attack. Oh, that missed. That's a 9.
9, that misses.
Alright.
Tucker.
Alright. I'll attack the guy that just attacked me.
Alright.
Okay. Oh, 10.
10, that misses.
Yeah.
Alright, Tagbard.
I'll draw my sword and swing.
Alright.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah, that misses.
God,
There you go again.
I rolled.
Tagbard. That's a real miss. Lord. Doesn't lose his weapon though. With the advantage, he rolled 2 ones.
Ooh.
So he misses you wildly, but just okay. Next one on Sheen. Sheen does a 14 hit,
That is my.
so that hits. Ooh, max damage, 11 damage. Or I'm sorry, 10 damage.
Woo, I'm down.
You're
Alrighty.
down?
Yeah.
Dang.
You're...
16.
You had healed up. Oh.
They've done 16 damage.
Okay.
And Tucker. Miss.
Okay.
So, Sheen, death save, please.
Ooh.
That is a success.
Alright. Do you want how many hit dice do you want to spend?
You know what? Let's. Frick. Yeah, we'll go with both of them. Okay. Oh.
Split the difference.
Alrighty then. Okay. So I'm back up, I believe.
Yes, you are.
Alright, so now it's my turn
And I
then,
have
right?
9 hit points.
You are up.
Alright. Attack again. Come on, work with me, die.
Oh, that's.
Oh, yes. 23.
That hits.
Alright. 13 damage.
13 damage. You took him down.
Beautiful.
Cool. Tagbard.
Same. Oh, God. 13?
13. 13 hits.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, God. 4.
4. Okay, so that's that. Alright. They go. So, first one on Tagbard. That hits. That's 4 damage.
Okay.
The next one on to attack Tucker, and that does hit.
Okay.
And that is 9 damage.
9 damage. Alright.
Alright, She.
Let's try that again.
Guiding Bolt.
Guiding Bolt. Let's waste another spell on this.
Much better.
Oh, is this spell slot for Guiding Bolt?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Okay, so that is 18.
18 hits.
Okay, well that is 3d6 of damage. Oh. Borrow your team.
Feel free.
Woo! Let's see, what's that? 7 plus anything, or just 7?
7 damage.
Yeah.
And that was the one that was attacking you.
Yep.
Alright. Cool. Tucker.
Alright. So I'll attack the one next to Shepherd.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Oh, lame. That is a definite miss. I
Alright.
rolled an 8.
Alright. 8 plus what?
No,
That's 3 plus 5.
Oh, got it. Got it.
That's how I know I
Tagbard.
missed.
That's what we're talking about. 21.
Okay.
And off with a 7. 7?
7?
Same guy.
Yep. He is down.
Alright.
He has lost the advantage. The one that is on Tucker. Does an 18 hit?
Yep, just hit me.
That's 4 damage.
Okay.
Alright, so that's me now.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's
That's gonna be. Is it like late at night
you.
now?
Yeah, it's very late at night.
Okay, you know what? I'll just club him and hit him with the mace.
Okay.
And that's a no. That's a 3.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Tucker.
Alright, I'll attack again. Ooh, so, 22.
22. That hits.
I did 6 damage.
Alright, he's down.
Alright.
And you have 3 blue uniforms.
Strip them. Are they like dead?
Yes, I assumed.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll strip them, and then we should also dispose of the bodies. Think river?
Well, let's see.
You'll have to get him towards the docks then.
Because right now we're right outside of Fetch, so eventually these bodies will be found.
Yeah.
Sans uniform. I think we should make them harder to find.
Sewers?
Oh.
Rats may be able to find that.
Sure, but we cleared out most of the laboratories, and not a whole lot of other rats are going to be talking to back alley retrievers.
I'm not too sure about this.
What's closer, sewers or river?
Sewers.
Yeah, let's bring them to the sewers. Even if they're found, who knows what happened? They were stripped, you know. Oh, did they have any coin on them?
They did.
Like, what did they have aside from the uniforms?
They had some coins, they had a flail, each one had a flail and a small crossbow, as well as some light armor and a shield.
Hey, we got trade goods now. But we don't need to be hauling that around, so yeah, we'll just say coin and uniforms.
Okay.
And get them into the sewers.
If you are at no coin, you can go back up to some coin.
We were at some coin, I think.
I think someone spent to go down, I think.
I had spent to go down at the fancy.
Oh, that's right.
But I don't. What are the levels? There's no coin, some coin.
Check real quick.
Yeah.
I have written down a few coins.
Yeah, there's a few coins.
Yeah, is few
I wrote
lower
as
than some?
some coins.
Mm-hmm.
Coins.
I think I had gone from some coin to few coins.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So a few coins is above some coins then.
Yeah, it's below.
Oh, it is below. Okay.
So we can get up to some now?
No. If you weren't at.
I wasn't at 0. Or
Yeah.
You didn't tell
Yeah.
me I was at 0.
Yeah.
I assume I can afford a beer and a haircut.
Yeah.
Kill.
Alright.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't mug them, they mugged us. So.
It's true.
The line of intention was going in the correct direction.
We were just minding our own business, walking home.
Case of mistaken identity. I tell you what though, my father insisted I knew how to speak proper, but not if it doesn't leave a frog in my throat.
you are able to get rid of the bodies. You do have the uniforms now.
Cool.
All of
Also,
them fit except for him because he's so damn tall.
we can work with that. Is it nothing that fits, or
Yeah, any of the outfit doesn't fit him because he's a
Right.
Pyrenees, so he's like towering over all of you.
That's okay. That can be the thing that gets left behind. Maybe make a scarf, or we'll figure it out. Also, the specific language of my power is that I get an advantage on charisma checks involving making friends or being polite.
Got it.
So it's not specific to persuade or bluff.
Yes. But I would say bluffing to make friends, no. Being polite also, with the intention to hoodwink, is not polite.
Fair. Yeah, it's puppy dog eyes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, doesn't matter.
It is not polite to hoodwink people.
Again, we were the aggrieved party.
Not to say.
They came to us. But I see your point. So, got uniforms. Yeah, you should make a scarf out of these pants, maybe a sash. I don't know, we can leave them behind. Point is, now we can give a visit to a dishonest merchant, eh?
Okay.
You're still not feeling so great, are you?
Well, it's nice, so you guys can do a long rest and you can heal.
I was assuming that we wouldn't actually.
Go directly there.
Well, that being there wouldn't involve a big fight.
True. It's good to be prepared though. It really all depends on whether we want to make it up north or not. Because we can put this off. But if we get it done tonight, we still have a chance to travel tomorrow. We'll have 5 days. 4 days of travel.
Yeah.
If we wait till tomorrow, we won't have enough time to do both.
I think I'll be alright.
Think you'll be alright? Brilliant. Would you rather feel better or cast more spells?
These moment spells.
What?
Oh, got it. Now I see what she's saying.
Neither.
Alright. We'll wait and see.
We'll wait
So-
and see.
Where did Whiskers say this merchant lived?
Plastic district.
But that's where we're headed. We gotta get changed first.
Yes.
But
Alright, so you guys head that way, middle of the night, and you will get ready to basically steal. But we will figure that out next time. Alright. Thank you to everyone who listened. Have a good day. Bye.